So the markets are dropping. It's down to about $92,000 or so for Bitcoin. If it dips into the high to mid 80s, we're getting close to the spot where we think we'd see a correction and honestly springboard from there probably. So while people are panicking, there's reasons for this. There's some FUD out there. I believe it was the DOJ finally gave the government approval to try to start selling some of the stolen Bitcoin from their seizure of the Silk Road Bitcoin. I don't know if that's really going to happen or not. I mean, we're about a week away from the inauguration. A lot of people from the SEC, some in the Justice Department, people stepping down, especially those that were very partisan and, were basically doing things for party lines as opposed to for justice and for what's right for the people. So we'll see what happens. I don't know that the government works fast enough that they'll actually start selling stuff or not, but that's kind of some of the negative news out there. That's really kind of the only negative news out there. There's so many good tailwinds for the space in general, but specifically for Bitcoin, that even if there's a drop below, say, mid 80s, it's going to get, for a technical term, gobbled up by the ETFs, by MicroStrategy, by people that are wanting to buy, who missed out on being able to get in before it went over 100, and now it's got some legs to grow. So that's kind of interesting. One of the things that I've been meaning to make an updated video on, I posted in the original video I made on a coin that I had thought at the beginning of last year was going to do well. I sold a few months ago, and I posted in that particular video that I was going to do that, but I haven't made a video follow-up, and that's Cryowar. Really awesome looking game, built on the Unreal Engine. It's been in production and in development for like 5+ years now. And unfortunately, it looks like they're going to miss the second bull run. The game to me is a dead project. So I sold all my coins. Luckily, it was only an 85% loss of my investment. It's gone down quite a bit since I sold. I mean, literally, if the coin does like a 40x, it'll barely reach the highs of where it was in March. 40x. I mean, it's down. The project is completely dead. You go on to their Discord or their Telegram, and it's just a lot of regurgitating old news. So back in February last year, so we're talking almost all the way back to 2023 now, almost, was the last update they had. And they did a small soft launch in a smaller market, the Philippines. And they keep posting it as far as when everybody asks, hey, what's going on? Poking the dead horse, do something. Oh, well, we're live in the Philippines, which actually they're not. Nobody's playing it anymore. There's only a handful of people that are actually doing it because that soft launch wasn't the complete game. There wasn't a lot of ways to level up and actually, progress in the game live. It was just to be able to play and try it out. And we're coming up to now a year almost since that's been released, and still nothing. It's supposed to be launched in 2021, 2022, and then it's like, well, we're in the bear market now, so we'll do it in 2023. Oh, don't worry, it'll be the fourth quarter of 2024, and then there's like a week left in December, and like, oh well, it might be Q1, but just hang tight. We're trying to get key indicators and fix some of the things that we get from feedback from some of the players. And in the meantime, when they're not actually doing anything, they're not releasing anything, they're not developing anything, the developers are going to gaming conferences and having parties and chilling with other people that are into games. And they sure post that on Twitter and Telegram. Hey, look at the devs, we're out here at this next conference. Like, okay, why aren't you developing the game? And then you go to their official announcement page on Telegram, and like the last news is, oh, the token got delisted from KuCoin. Somebody recently put something in the Telegram chat about, that's kind of a weird thing to kind of leave as the last post. It's a negative post. Somebody just learning about the project, they come and see that, and then, it's a delisting notice. We got to fix that. My response is, well, okay, you delete that, and then you got the devs talking about going to gaming conferences. If you ignore those, the next major announcement was another delisting when Bybit delisted the token. And then at that point, you're already back to this soft launch that was a year ago. I mean, at what point are people going to realize it's not a rug pull, it's just a dead game? It's over. They're going to miss this whole bull cycle. The entire bull run, when we hit our lows in 2022, all the way up to now, completely missed. Gone. Granted, it's not altcoin season yet, but there are plenty of games that are being in production, being developed, being released, getting engagement, showing what's actually happening with the community. And their tokens aren't down 99.6% like Cryowar is. Their devs are not silent like Cryowar is. It's a dead project. If I ever was into the business of trying to short coins and projects, I would absolutely short this. Look, the game may come out someday. The game may come out tomorrow after I post this video. I am still supremely happy that I got out of that token at only an 85% loss. Because it's very clear to me that when I post that video and I put the pros and cons, things that could really send it, to the moon, things that will really make it pop, and then things that are to watch out for, the cons, those negatives became extremely strong negatives and multiplied. There was more negatives of that. And none of the positives ever came to fruition. It never happened. It never got any step closer in that progress. And it's definitely a coin I'd stay away from. It's really a shame because the gameplay looked really interesting. The quality of it was awesome. And this is all just from demos and all that stuff. The idea behind having short time, like 2-3 minute games, sometimes even shorter, where you battle is just perfect for, the whole TikTok generation on phones. But definitely don't put any money in this project. That project is over. All right, just some other quick news. I'm here at the gym waiting to hit shoulder day. My buddy's running a little bit late, so I was playing some chess and remembered I needed to do this update. I wanted to make more of a thorough update, but that really covers a lot of the problems I have with Cryowar. With the markets going down, a lot of altcoins are going down incredibly more, like Smoking Chicken Fish is, I think, down 27%. Fartcoin's down 30%. It was down the day before, too. So after peaking at like $1.60, which is $1.6 billion market cap, Fartcoin's now down, and it tapped right around 77 cents or so. Could go lower. I don't know. It's pretty interesting for traders, which I don't consider myself a trader. This kind of volatility is great. I mean, it had like 20% swings in the span of like 2 hours. And so right now it's kind of seemed to find somewhat of a footing of a bottom right around 80 cents. So it's like between 79 and 82 cents kind of fluctuating. So the next move could be back down, or maybe things start popping up. We'll see. But your boy finally got a position in Fartcoin. Yes, I put actual money in something called Fartcoin. I hope it works out. If it doesn't, so be it. It's not a very big position, but it's enough that, if it goes back up even to the all-time high of like a week ago or a week and a half ago when it was $1.60, it'll be a pretty good turnaround. It'll be about 100% gain. It's interesting, though. There's a second AI coin, second coin that an AI agent created. And it's not, there's been some other ones, but they've all seemed to be, at least from my indication, my research, they've all been derivatives of Fartcoin. So this is the first time I've seen a second actual coin created by AI. And it's LLM, large language model. Has some kind of play on the words and the ticker, and LLM is kind of something they think about when you're talking about actual AI creation, how it learns things. But when you pull up the actual project, it's basically fat jokes. So there's this really obese woman that's eating a ton of food, and that's kind of what the meme is for that. So instead of that whole saying of let him cook, it's like let her eat. Stupid little things online that are funny. This is the whole point about meme coins. They'll say something like, she couldn't bridge the wage gap, so instead she ate it. Stuff like that, just fat jokes. It seems to be following a very similar early path, and this just started, I think it was actually just created yesterday, launched yesterday at least. It's kind of following some of the early paths in market cap. A lot of the AI agent bots on Twitter are reposting it all over X and everything. Well, it's something to watch out for, but just like any of the other ones, like Fartcoin, there's no utility, there's no value other than the attention that it gets and what people are willing to pay for it. So just figured I'd mention that to keep that on your radar. It's obviously going to be on my radar. I'm interested in this kind of stuff. It's interesting to me, an AI agent can create its own token, market it, people can buy and trade it, and it, you know, like Fartcoin, it gets up to over $1 billion market cap in just a couple months. Like, it's wild. Now, I mean, like, this is not a really awesome use case for explaining why AI is going to be very important in this year specifically, but going forward too. But it's interesting the things that are happening with it early on. So if you're not watching these kind of things, I think you're missing out. Doesn't mean you have to think they're going to be valuable, that you're going to make money on them. You can even laugh at people like me that lose money on them if we lose money on them. It's very, very interesting what's going on. All right, well, today's shoulder day, so we'll see how that goes. Yesterday, ooh, man, should have done an update yesterday. Yesterday was leg day. Hit leg day pretty hard. I hadn't had a leg day that hard in a while. Before doing squats, we did some leg extensions. Gym was super busy, so we didn't want to stand around waiting for, actually all 7 squat racks were taken. So we ended up doing that, and I went all the way to failure on the leg extensions on the last set, which is not good if you're going to then jump right into squats. But holy cow, my legs were on fire most of yesterday. They're feeling pretty good today. Tomorrow there'll probably be a little bit of soreness there, but it's worth it, man. Those are where you get the really good gains. All right, well, I've been rambling a little bit too much here. Kind of a longer update than I normally like. Some of them have been like that because I haven't been doing them every day, but I'm going to try to do at least some short updates every day, even if all it is tracking how much money I've lost on Fartcoin every day. That's give the people what they want, right? All right, guys. See you next time.